start with the title.
All right, here we go. There we go. Let me increase my mic a little bit here. Two. Okay, so Ravi Zacharias hid hundreds of pictures of women, abuse during massages, and a rape allegation. So that's the title of this article here. All right, so let's dig in. Body. A 4-month investigation found the late Ravi Zacharias leveraged his reputation as a world famous Christian apologist to abuse massage therapists in the United States and abroad over more than a decade, while the ministry led by his family members and loyal allies failed to hold him accountable. He used his need for massage and frequent overseas travel to hide his abuse behavior, luring victims by building trust through spiritual conversation and offering funds straight from his ministry. A 12-page report released Thursday by Ravi Zacharias International Ministries confirms abuse by Zacharias at day spas he owned in Atlanta and uncovers 5 additional victims in the U.S., as well as evidence of sexual abuse in Thailand, India, and Malaysia. Even a limited review of Zacharias' old devices revealed contacts for more than 200 massage therapists in the US and Asia, and hundreds of images of young women, including some that showed the women naked. Zacharias solicited and received photos until a few months before his death in May 2020 at the age of 74. Zacharias used tens of thousands of dollars of ministry funds dedicated to a humanitarian effort to pay for massage therapists, providing them housing, schooling, and monthly support for extended periods of time, according to the investigators. One woman told the investigators that after he arranged for the ministry to provide her with financial support, he required sex from her. She called it rape. She said Zacharias made her pray with him to thank God for the opportunity they both received. And as with other victims, called her his reward for living a life of service to God, the report says. Zacharias warned the woman, a fellow believer, if she ever spoke out against him, she would be responsible for millions of souls lost when his reputation was damaged. The findings, alongside details revealed over months of internal reckoning and RZIM, challenged the picture many have had of Zacharias. When he died in May, he was praised for his faithful witness, his commitment to the truth, and his personal integrity. Now it is clear that, offstage, the man so long admired by Christians around the world abused numerous women and manipulated those around him to turn a blind eye. Miller and Martin attorneys, Lindsey Barron and William Eiselstein, hired by RZIM to investigate, interviewed 50 witnesses and examined phones Zacharias used from 2014 to 2018. In the end, the lawyers said, "We are confident that we uncovered sufficient evidence to conclude that Mr. Zacharias engaged in sexual misconduct through the investigation, though the investigation was not exhaustive." The RZIM board released a statement alongside the investigation, expressing regret and taking some responsibility. They quote, Ravi engaged in series of extensive measures to conceal his behavior from his family, colleagues, friends. However, we also recognize that in situations of prolonged abuse, there often exists significant structural policy and cultural problems. We were trusted by our staff, our donors, and the public to mentor, oversee, and ensure the accountability of Ravi Zacharias, and in this we have failed. RCIM hired Miller and Martin after a September 2020 Christianity Today report on allegations of abuse by 3 women who worked at Zacharias' spa. Initially, the ministry leadership stated it did not believe the women. Today, that has changed. We believe not only the women who made their allegations public, but also additional women who had not previously made public allegations against Ravi, but whose identities and stories were uncovered during the investigation, the statement said. In a span of 8 months, RZIM has gone from having to reimagine the work of its global ministry following the death of its renowned namesake to having to restructure entirely as Christians inside and outside the organization lost trust in its longtime leader. Multiple speakers and RZIM staff members left the ministry during the course of the investigation, concerned about top officials' initial response to the allegations. RZIM's Canadian branch suspended fundraising efforts and donation collection through April, while the UK-based Zacharias Trust is threatening to split if RZIM does not apologize to victims and institute major reforms. Update. The day after the report was released, the UK board voted unanimously. Oh my, I didn't see that one. The day after the report was released, the UK board voted unanimously to separate from RZIM and choose a new name. Even before the reports released on Thursday evening, RZIM leadership has shifted to reduce the involvement of the Zacharias family. Margie Zacharias, Ravi's widow, resigned from the board and the ministry in January, while her daughter Sarah Davis stepped down as board chair but remains CEO. Staff members inside RZIM say the ministry, the largest apologetics organization in the world, plans to dramatically downsize to as few as 10 U.S. apologists and a few international speakers supported by small staff.
Okay, so let's kind of stop there.